Y'all know what time it is, man. Welcome to Power Talk. And man, listen, the DML is heading into the high stakes season. So y'all already know what time it is, man. But before we get into the show, let me bring in my co-host, man. First up, we got the owner of those Chicago Bears. Bus, what's going on, Bus?
What's going on, man?
Man,
What's
we
happening?
got we got my division mate, man. Fav, man, the owner of those Los Angeles Rams. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Murray? So a pleasure to be here, man.
All right, so look, man, y'all know what time it is. Fam, I believe this your first high stakes in the DML?
Yeah, this is my first one. I've been looking forward to this. It's all the build up, all the hype. Yeah, so it's do or die right now, and I've been subpar, but this is my time to pick up high, man.
All right, perfect, man. So listen, all right, well you know you about to pop your cherry, but you know what's going on. So for
Yes, sir.
everybody that's tuned in, man, for people that have the information, people that's not aware of the information, high stakes is pretty much all chips are in. This is the season where you want to win because this is the season that would kind of determine where you will be picking your Madden 25 home at. So, before we get in the show, man, Bus, what's your thoughts on this year high stake, man? We got some new rules added in. We got some rules from the past brought back. So, like, what's your build up for this year, man? How you feeling about it?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm probably more excited about this high stakes
Mm-hmm.
than any other high stakes that we ever did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really because of one rule that we adjusted, and I think it's gonna really impact the entire league.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think you probably already know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the play call.
Mm-hmm.
So the offensive play call cooldown will move to 5, and the play limit will be 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of them things, man, where you in school and you know your teacher give you a bonus question, but it's
Mm-hmm.
in like chapter 8. So if you haven't read up to chapter 8, you gonna miss it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what I'm saying is, if you haven't really did a deep dive into your playbook, you probably gonna be lost.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be lost. So I love it.
And
I would have did one. Shit. Fuck
listen,
it.
listen. I know how you is, man. With you, just one of them users. Gotta give you your flowers. You're one of them users, man, who digs deep into his playbook, man. And you see that with just playing you. You know, I had the pleasure of playing with you and playing with you in multiple cycles of whereas though you will think that you got Buzz game figured out, man, and he'd come out and every single time when you do that next matchup, he adds something different to the game. So I definitely feel where you coming from. Just to piggyback off of that, man, I feel
Yeah.
like that's one of them things where it's gonna I feel like it's gonna expose a lot of guys. You know,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
definitely gonna expose a lot of guys because we know I'm not gonna say copycat lead, but we do have a lot of guys who go to those same key plays in those same crucial moments. So I'm definitely excited just to see the new look of how this season is going to look different from the other seasons in the past. But Fad, man, with you know popping your cherry, what's your thoughts going into this? Because you know you coming off an up and down season where you dumped a lot of money into a lot of players, and that ceiling was high this season, but you kind of fell short and didn't make the playoffs. But so what's your motivation heading into this new season, knowing that all bets are in? This is make or break. This can have you picking either in the top 5 or top 3, or potentially in the bottom 15.
Yeah, for sure. This last season was kind of rocky. I started off really high at 6-1, and then lost the next 7.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bunch of injuries and inconsistencies in the passing game. But what makes high stakes so special to me right now is the fact that one, you only allow one hot route. So that rule right there is perfect because I feel like a lot of players that I played like to hot route, do the slants on through the middle while seam up the with the tight end up the field. So limiting that to just one, that's huge. There's a lot of players in here that like to do the hot routes the entire play, and instead of all being slants, it's a whole new play, but they called it slants. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I like is all players are now supposed to be in their actual formations. So no longer do you have a safety playing cornerback. That's huge, because sometimes these safeties have more speed than your corners. So they have to go back to the free safety and strong safety portion, I feel comfortable this year, and that's because I know if this is the last season, I'm going to go all in free agency and sign me the quarterback that I think I'm going to feel more comfortable with.
Yes, sir.
Just the Reinhardt wasn't the guy for me, and I'm a pass heavy type of player, so I love passing the ball. Just Reinhardt inconsistencies were bad. Hopefully I could gain that injury free type of season, but I'm looking forward to going back to my playbook, man. I'm being honest. When I ran with the Rams playbook, I was averaging between 28 and 32 points per game. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that playbook. I tell you that. I'll tell you, I will not be picking lower than 15.
I feel you. Oh, okay. I like that. I like that, man. But that's one of the things right there. I just want to touch on that topic, man. I feel like that's going to play a major impact too, with a lot of guys having to go back to that original playbook.
Yeah.
Whoo! That right there.
Just imagine, man. All these people, they've been firing and hiring new coaches, new playbooks, and they haven't played with their original playbooks in season 1. So that's going to hurt a lot of people, because there goes their favorite plays. There goes their favorite stretches. You know what I'm saying? So,
listen, look, one thing for sure, man, it's just like, it's almost like renting that your car get damaged in an accident, and you had that hoopty, and you get that beautiful, that brand new nice little rental, and they give you that premium rental. The next thing you know, they give you that phone call, get your car out the shop, and you get back in that car, it just don't feel the same. So that's what it's gonna be interesting, man. But what we brought y'all here today for is to discuss. We're gonna go down from 32 to all the way to the number 1 slot, where we feel like each DML user is going to finish after the high stakes season is complete. So we're not going to hold y'all up, man. We're going to take a deep dive into it. And y'all know, some people going to agree to disagree, but it is what it is, man. So let's see what's going on with these picks. All right. The first, of course, who's going to have the last pick in the high stakes mock draft. We feel as though that this is a guy who pretty much is picking either. He's playing for one or two things: either pick 1 in the draft or pick 2 in the draft. So it's Eric, man, with the Arizona Cardinals. This guy by far has about 6 seasons in, 7 seasons in. I'm not sure. All right, so we 7 seasons in. Out of the 7 seasons, it's Eric had to at least pick in a top 3 in each draft. And this is my guy, man. From what I have seen from when we first started the cycle up until this point, his game has definitely gotten better. But it just seems like he just has those it's Eric moments where he just puts his foot in his mouth, and I can see why we have him picking at 31 in the high stakes draft. Do you think we got this one right, y'all? What's your thoughts on this pick right
here? Just absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to bet my house and my life savings on it, hey, I'm all in. Shit. I'm definitely all in. Now, like I said, I'm a piggyback off your back, but I will say his game has evolved a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think he can actually play, but like you said, he has those Eric moments, and he just, blows the game. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he definitely gonna be 31 or 32.
Now, Fab, you got any advice you could give to this Eric to prevent him from picking this late in the draft, or it is what it is?
Yeah, for sure. I guess the number one thing I could tell him is go ahead and take that rheumatoid arthritis medicine, bro, because the man could be winning the game, bro, like 21-10 or 21-3, and come that fourth quarter, his arthritis acts up and he's giving up the lead. So I mean, I think it's solidified, man. I love Eric. He's a great guy and all, but I don't see him better than 30 other users in the league. I mean, his team is great. Don't get me wrong. He built a killer team, but it's just it really comes down to that ability to close out games, right? And in a season where it's high stakes and everybody's like, I want to win, I want to win. I just think that it's a little too late for him to try to come up above everybody else who's literally playing for the same thing, which is I want to pick higher than what I currently am.
All right.
But before you move on though, I mean, let's just be honest. Eric Yo really ain't gonna be picking his team. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the person in front of him that's picking his team. So he really can just chill, go on a vacation, and be like, "Hey man, what team do I have?" He's not picking his team because whoever picks in front of him is gonna pick his team for him.
Listen,
so, the man's going to Cancun coming back. I was like, I knew I was gonna get that anyway.
Listen, Miss Eric, I'm telling you right here, one thing for sure, two things for certain, you will not be in Arizona next cycle because that team definitely has some pieces that will have guys definitely wanting to might take a flight over in Arizona. But man, look, it's Ariel. It's all good, baby. It's all love, man. You know, you will be picking 31, and however, the next user before you, which is Flair, will definitely be picking your team. Now, Flair, the guy who has 1,000,001 things going on, we just got the message last week that he was chilling in the bunker with Drake. You know, he's doing podcasts, man. Flair's got a lot going on, man. Shout out to Flair doing this thing right now. But we got Flair picking at number 30. And right now he's working with the Tennessee Titans. Now, I feel like Flair's in the same boat as Eric. Whereas though Flair come out, man, and he just has certain users who he wants to play tough. You know, and
I agree.
Everybody already know when you playing Flair. I'm a guy myself, just letting you know. Nobody wants to lose to Flair. It's just like almost like not wanting to lose to HBO because you already know what's coming behind that. You getting the guys dancing with the coffin on their shoulders. When you post it in the chat, he's telling you dead people are speaking. So Flair, I feel like if he can use that same motivation when he's going up against the elites in DML, as he calls himself, I feel like he definitely can be out of this bottom pack of the draft. But however, man, what's your thoughts, man? I'm gonna go with you, Fab. What's your thoughts on Flair potentially picking that pick 30?
Yeah, I think Flair is funny first and foremost. I think he needs to bring that charisma to his team and just lighten up a little bit. You know, I just think that again, it's too many distractions. I think he might force loss here and there. He's constantly out. There's that he sees himself out from the get go. He could throw a couple picks or a couple fumbles here and there. You know that when he doesn't pass well, all he's gonna do is run the ball, and then when you run the ball, you pretty much run commit and take that option away from him. You know what I'm saying? So I would like for him to go up higher in the standings, but I just don't see it. Unfortunately, I just think that the AFC is loaded. Honestly, it's loaded with really good players, and majority of your schedule is going to be versus them. So if he can't really get past his division, I don't really see him doing much else.
What's your thoughts on Flair coming in or possibly picking that pick 30, Bus? You think this a lot, or this like is Eric Yo? You think that Flair got some wiggle room here where he could possibly creep out of the bottom pack?
Yeah, I think Flair can. I'll say this. I think Flair can kind of creep out of that bottom 5.
Okay.
I think he just has to be challenged. You know what I'm saying? Now, the one thing I wouldn't do is challenge him because I'm not gonna lie. He's gonna come out and play. Just like you said. Versus certain people, he's gonna come out and play. JB, he gonna play. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that might drop him back down is probably some violations or something. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? You know how you drop a slot, but I don't see him being 30. I don't see him being 30.
Okay, all right, y'all. We got our first split, man. But moving on next. Now, this is right here where I'm gonna call my sleeper pick because I feel like Eazy-E, who's we have right now picking at 29, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, kind of took off. I don't know what was going on this season because he finished 2-15, but this is another user. Whereas though he can ball. You know, he can ball.
Yeah.
He has the pieces out there in Indianapolis. So this is my sleeper pick where I could definitely kind of see him rocking the boat a little bit and picking in the top 15. However, man, we got him right now. This is the mock, of course, picking at 29. What's your guys' thoughts on Eazy-E after seeing him coming off of one of the worst seasons by far in the DML to date, finishing this year at 2-15?
I honestly think Easy will finish around maybe 2022.
Okay, okay.
He can play, but I still say like the change that we made to the play count may hurt him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I think defensively it may help him because he likes to blitz.
Mm-hmm.
So when you like to blitz a lot and you playing a team that can only call certain plays one time, that he got to cool down 5 times, that might just help him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna finish between 20, 25 or something like that.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
Okay. What's your thoughts, Faf?
Yeah, so I played Easy a couple times. He plays hard. Don't get me wrong. He plays hard. His defense is pretty good. It's pretty damn good. Like Bruce said, he likes to blitz a lot. My only skeptics is his offense. You know, but when he can't pass, he tends to run, and when he does run, it's almost predictable. You could almost predict what he wants to run, which is that little stretch right or the counter.
Mm-hmm.
And when you stop that, it's almost easy to win just because you know he ain't gonna pass. Because I don't know if it's an Anthony Richardson thing, or he just doesn't feel comfortable with that quarterback. Because remember, he did have him on the block, so
yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he doesn't feel comfortable with him. But again, the cooldown might help him a lot. Can he creep up? Yeah, I could definitely see him creep up, especially because he's in a division with Flair and H-Town. You know.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I know he might have a hard time or might not even be is Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, I think he could go up as far up as maybe 25, 24.
Okay.
But I think I can't. I'm not gonna say it's mean to put him at 29. I just, with his last season's efforts, that's where I see him. You know.
Yeah. And then like, based on what Faye was saying, like he likes to run the ball. He doesn't pass much, but when he does pass, he really only passed to his tight end.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take that tight end away and make him look elsewhere, it could be trouble for his offense. You know what I'm saying? So like Faye said, his offense could be very one-dimensional or very limited. You know.
Mm-hmm. And the crazy part about it is, you would think with a guy that's built like Richardson, that quarterback, like I done played against this guy and this quarterback in other leagues, and this dude, listen, he's a beast, and he had him up there in the top 5 as far as passing yards at one point. So it's like, I feel like, man, Easy, we give you some free chicken here. We telling you, how to become one-dimensional. If you're going to take the chicken, it's up to you. Or if you're going to pass it along, it's up to you. But right now, man, we got you finishing in that between 22 and 29 right now. But moving on to the next guy, we got H-Town picking at potentially pick 28. This is another user. Like, it's funny how all these first 4 users all have the same issues, which is getting in the way of themselves. H-Town is another user who's going to come out, play you hard, but for some reason, man, it's like, I already know my man love blowing it down. So it's like when that fourth quarter, third quarter hit, it started kicking in, man, and H-Town just has those moments to where as though that OG Kush or that Purple Hate just start cooking in, man. So H-Town coming off one of his best seasons, finishing 10-7, just missing the playoffs. Now my question to y'all is 10-7. That schedule changes a little bit. You ain't getting that last place schedule where you getting a lot of the bottom pack. You starting to get that kind of mid-tier / top tier users in the DML. So do y'all think that by him finishing 10-7 was a hurt for his high stakes season, or it kind of helped him build some motivation knowing that he can possibly compete with the guys in the DML?
Man, I'm gonna say this, just off top, and JB, my boy. I think JB should have saved this season right here, which was probably one of his best seasons. I think he should have saved that for high stakes. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see it happening again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm kind of, y'all might be able to help me. I'm kind of confused, like, on his favorite team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's Denver or I don't know if it's Houston. So, if his favorite team is Denver, then he in a great spot. He'll get them.
Mm-hmm.
But if his favorite team is Houston, hey, you should have, your best season, you should have saved for high stakes and you would have had the chance. But
yeah,
nah.
And that was my next question to you, Faye. With the way in the pieces that the Houston Texans is getting, can you see them falling late in the draft to JB if he's at this spot?
Absolutely not, man. Houston will be a top 3 pick next Madden, man. Ooh. This team has turned everything around. Honestly, it's like fans, Cowboy fans are becoming freaking Houston Texan fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how crazy this change is. Houston looks great, and it's unfortunate that, again, like Bus said, that he went 10-7 this season, because you know that when you make playoffs, you're gonna get a harder schedule.
Yes, sir.
It just happens. You know what I'm saying? Madden's like, oh, you want to do good? Well, here's a little more competition. It comes down to this, man. H-Town is like an Xbox controller. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You do good for 3 quarters, and then you have to change the battery in the 4th. So I just it's the reverse of easy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Easy loves to run. H-Town loves to pass. You know what I'm saying? There's no balance. And the thing is, when you pass and you pass and you pass, you're prone to making mistakes. You're gonna throw interceptions, but those interceptions results in pick sixes. You know what I'm saying? So you're putting up in a hole out the rib. I mean, A-Town did great. Don't get me wrong, but do I see it repeating? Absolutely not, man. I think he'll be bottom 5, honestly, and that's just because the schedule's gonna get harder. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, man. Moving on to the next pick, which is the big homie, the owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We have him picking right now at pick 27. I feel like this is one of the ones that we definitely got right. Big homie, that's my guy, man. He's cool. You know, he's someone easy to schedule with. Someone easy to, get on the game, just play, joke after the game. So I feel like 27, man. It just feel like Madden is just too much for him. He's just a guy who just loves playing the game. He's really not coming out to kind of win banners, or he's not coming out to kind of trash talking. Just a guy who loves to play Madden, and I feel like there's no motivation there, So I feel like pick 27 is definitely a solid pick for him. What's your guys' thoughts, man? You think we got this one right?
27. That's pretty fair. I can see him being 27 or even lower. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know where you got your notes from as far as easy to schedule with, but I'm going to let that one go. That's a whole entirely different show. But anyway, man, I big homie just come to load up, play the game with the homies, man, and then get off. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think he going to play with whatever team is left, and then have fun, So, that's a great spot, 27.
All right, man, moving on to his brother's skill tree at pick 26. For like same thing I just said about big homie. Just a guy who loves to load up and play the game. And I feel like we got this one right. What's your thoughts on this one, Fav?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is I want to make him go higher, but I think this is a perfect spot. We're talking about a division with Bino, with Hot Tub, and then the Commanders user. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the user had a bad season last season, but it might actually pan out for him this season. He'll get an easier schedule. But I just think the Giants are in a division where they have to split 3-3 and then hope to win every other game for them to make any top selection. But I think this is a perfect fit for him.
All right, moving on next, which I feel like that tank pulled up this year. We got Taz, the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals, picking at pick 25, and this one right here is just like I'm gonna say about Easy E. This is a user I feel like is going to be picking a little bit higher because I think Taz took the smart route this season, which was finishing the bottom. Well, not even the bottom. He damn near in the bottom top five. To get that easier schedule, But I feel like with the way his division is set up, that's an Achilles heel because one thing about if you decide to try to take a season off, and we all can agree to this, man is going to be man. Man is sometimes you come out, you could be the best user on the sticks, and Madden will make you feel like this is your first time playing the game. But I feel like with the way that he played this season, that's going to be his Achilles heel within this division. Because you got Vandy Champ, who's a Super Bowl winner. You have Expert, who has shown that he can be a top 5 user in the DML. And then you have, of course, the big homie who, if you come out sleeping on the wheel, he will creep in and get a W. So I feel like even though Taz took the smart route, I'm just saying that that's what I feel like. I feel like he took the smart route by, what it is, what it is. I'll pack everything up for next season. That kind of is going to come back to biting because you're in a division where dudes want to win. And this is the most important season where guys want to win. So I feel like it's going to be an interesting season with the Bengals, man. Going to definitely be an interesting season. But what's your thoughts on Taz, man, as far as him either potentially picking in this spot or picking higher?
Man, this is a tough one. It really depends on what Taz shows up because I mean sometimes like his routine is he'll have a good season and drop off the next season, have a good season, drop off the next. Maybe this is his bad season. The next season he picks it up, but at the same time, I think what's going to be his Achilles heel is he's one of those guys who got to go back to his original playbook. So that may hurt him. So being at 25, that could be a good spot for him based on his division and who he might have to play. But with an easy schedule, it may actually benefit him. So 25, I might see him maybe high as 22, maybe.
Okay. What about you, Fab? What you thinking? What you thinking? Taz 25, he locked in or higher?
Oh man, listen, I respect him, but I think he's locked in at 25. And I'll tell you this: the Bengals playbook is not an easy playbook to use, man. I've used the Bengals playbook. It's let's just say it's kind of difficult to use if you don't, especially if you don't know it. Second of all, that division is disgusting, man. You have Vandy in it. You have Expert, who I know, sure as hell, he is not gonna place low, man, because I know he doesn't want to play with the Browns no more. He's trying to rejuvenate, man, because he's had a pretty rough Madden cycle. The thing is, man, when you have an easy schedule, they give you an easy team, but remember that easy team that you play. You're gonna have 3 other players in that division that you have to play too. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, that's what Madden does. For example, if Madden's like, "Hey, we're gonna give you Eric. You could beat Eric, but then now you have to face the Seahawks, the 49ers, and then the Rams." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, so it's a win, but at the same time, you're like, "Well, shit, did I really wanna be last place so I could face one team and then face 3 harder ones?" You know what I'm saying? So I see him where he is at 25 again. Just the playbook change, the loss of Jamar Chase. It's just those little things that add up that I can't see him progressing, unfortunately.
All right, man. So Taz, you got some motivation, man. But let's move on to pick 24, where we have Champ, the owner of the Minnesota Vikings, coming in. And Champ, he's one of them guys, man. Whereas though, same thing that I mentioned about Eric, Flair, and Easy in H Town. It's a guy that's going to come out, and it just feels like you already know the clock is ticking. He's going to play you tough that first quarter, and after that second quarter, all hell's just break loose, and the doors fly off all hinges. It just seems like he becomes uninterested in playing the game anymore. I had a chance to play this guy twice, I believe, so far since he's been here, and I had the pleasure of playing him in a different league. So I kind of know how Champ plays. Cool dude, very easy to schedule with, also too. But I think we got this one right, man. Unless Justin Jefferson, who he loves to pass the ball to, taps in and becomes a duplicate of himself, and he learns how to run the ball efficiency. I just can't see him picking higher than 24. But what's your thoughts on this on Champ? Bust, this is a division meet.
I think it's a pretty solid pick right here. The one thing about Champ that I like playing with Champ, yeah, he's very easy to schedule with, and two, he plays Madden based on football knowledge. Right. He played football, and that's what I respect about him. So maybe, you know what I'm saying, not having so many plays at your hand to call with the play call limit, he may be able to be, call plays really, strategically and move up and down the field. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's going to be locked in right now, man, because, he took a little break last season. So, yeah. Good spot, maybe, I'll say maybe +2, maybe 18, 20,
Okay. And moving on down to pick 23, we have Billy, the owner of the Los Angeles Chargers. And I'm going to be very honest right here. Who the hell is Billy? Like, I really haven't seen anything from... I didn't even know we had a Los Angeles Chargers user, how quiet Billy has been. But however, this could be an actual Trojan horse for Billy, because being honest, have you guys seen or heard anything from the Chargers? I mean, I know it's a loaded division out there with, the Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs and Dub with those Broncos, but where do y'all see the Chargers fitting that in there? Is this part of his tactics as far as being quiet and, being that guy who nobody really has any information on, or do you guys have some info on this guy?
I mean,
I'm being honest, man.
Besides, like, this is AJ homeboy. AJ brought him in.
Okay.
So I know that. I also know he always if he tells you he's gonna play, don't just be prepared to get it pushed back about 30 minutes to an hour, because he always got to put his son to bed.
Okay.
He never wants to go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't want to go to bed either. But at the same time, I don't know. He went 8 and 9. I don't know how many of those wins were forced wins or whatever, but I think this high stakes is gonna be a eye opener for him. This is his first one. So this is your first one with all the new changes and just I mean, man, high stakes can really have a big impact on how you play, especially if you never experienced it before. You know what I'm saying? Like Tank Davis say, man, it's one thing to be sparring, but when them lights come on, it's just different. So that's my take on the Chargers. Shout out to Billy.
Yeah, Billy. Just drop a little gif or something inside of the chat, man. Let everybody know you still here, man, because you like that guy on the back of the milk carton, man. We try to find you. but excuse me. Moving on to pick 22, we got Noop in the Atlanta Falcons. I feel like this pick right here, it doesn't matter where Noop is picking at. It doesn't even matter. The Falcons will be off the board, and any All the OGs of the group of the league already know who gets the Falcons, and for all the new users, if you knew, I don't care if the Falcons got Jamar Chase, Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa, Fred Warner, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase. Please, with all due respect, do not take the Atlanta Falcons, man. The commish, he does a lot of work behind the scenes, man, and that's just law. Just let this. We know Nuke. The fingers just ain't working the same on the sticks, man. We know that. Just let that guy do what he do in Atlanta. But what's y'all thoughts, man, on with the new additions, Fav, and the new add-ons for the high stakes season? Do you think that Nuke has a better chance to compete with that? First off, with that NFC South, who's been ran by C-Rob and the Bucks, or do you think that this is just going to be another season where we see the Falcons just cruising on into the sunset?
No, believe it or not, man. Even though he's at 22, I can honestly see Nuke winning this division in high stakes, and here's why.
Wait. Did you say winning in high stakes?
No, winning his division.
I had to make sure. I had to make sure I heard you correctly.
No.
I'm like, damn, boy.
I say, whoa, okay, whoa.
Give me some of that. Whatever you smoking on. Let me get.
No.
I'm about to say express ship that, priority ship that overhead. God, woo.
No. It's because again he's a seasoned veteran, so he knows high stakes very well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, okay.
On top of that, he's going back to the Atlanta Falcons playbook, which I believe is a really good playbook. I personally like the Falcons playbook. I could see players like C-Rob and Dave struggling because now the play limit. You know what I'm saying? You no longer have your favorite stretch run that you can run all game, or your favorite outside pitch or inside zone. And this might be favorable because actually Loop is pretty balanced offensively. It's just the only thing that scares me about him is his defense. He gives up a lot of points, you know? So if he can control the defensive end, I can see him as far up as to 15, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. Bus, you been around for a while, man. What you thinking? New higher than 22 or lower than 22? What's the odds?
I mean, we already know he's gonna get the Falcons. So if he really playing, if he's playing for his pride, I don't know, man. Shoot, Nuke could be lower than 22, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. He could be lower than 22. Okay. He ain't gonna be last, but he gonna be. I'm gonna just put it out there. I think he gonna be around like 28, 32.
Whew, that's that Nuke, man. If you ain't had no motivation,
the Falcons gonna drop to him at 28, baby.
Listen, Nuke, if you ain't had no motivation, man, to hit the lab, you need to be playing that Rocky music.
Hey, I'm trying to get him motivated, man.
You need to get motivated, baby. But that's the picks, man, that we're gonna break down so far on this show, man. Pick 31 to 22. We definitely gonna be doing a show where we're gonna be breaking down the leftover picks, man. I feel like we got that out. We got that out of the way. We got them teams out of the way. And the next show, we're gonna be able to do a little deeper dive into the users that's kind of left up on the next list. But I definitely, man, appreciate y'all guys jumping on the show. I'm your host, OG Chris Murray. We out until next time, y'all.
Sir.